And now shifting focus away from Syria to Brexit, where Britain's Prime Minister Boris Johnson is speaking. Let's listen in.
And Jean-Claude, I just want to conclude by agreeing wholeheartedly with your final point. Now is the moment for us to get Brexit done and then together to work on building our future partnership, which I think can be incredibly positive, both for the UK and for the EU. And I just remind you what I always say, that we are a quintessential European country, solid European friends, neighbours and supporters. And we look forward to working with you in building that partnership in the weeks and months to come. Thank you all very much. Jean-Claude's the boss here.
Yeah, I have to say that I'm happy about the deal, but I'm sad about Brexit. Have a good time.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's right. That was the announcement from the United Kingdom and the European Union. To understand that better, we're now being joined by our London Bureau Chief, Mandy Clark, right here live on Wion Dispatch. Mandy, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us. Boris Johnson saying a lot about the future and the future that he hopes will be if this deal goes through. And the best words came in from the European Union, which said that, I'm happy there's a deal, but I am sad about Brexit.
Yeah, and that's a sentiment that we often hear, certainly from the European Union and probably half of the UK population, that that Europe is better together, and that Brexit is something that doesn't benefit both sides, but it's certainly something that the majority of the British population wanted, so it's going ahead. Will he get a deal as good as he's got inside the European Union? Most people say that's impossible. But the fact that he's got a deal to agree on the terms of the divorce bill is a big, big step. It was said earlier that they weren't going to open up that negotiation. The fact that he achieved that, Boris Johnson, is a big win. However, the big major next step is getting it passed through Parliament. This is the hurdle where Theresa May fell down 3 times and eventually had to resign as PM. Boris Johnson has a very difficult road ahead because the DUP, which is a key political party he needs to back the deal, has already said they don't like it. And they can't see how, as it stands, they could support it.
Mandy, so they've said, Jeremy Corbyn said that that's the new so-called New Deal that Boris Johnson has is not a New Deal. He's called it a farce. So there is a very good chance here at this point in time that it won't sail through the UK Parliament. And then what happens? Because constitutionally speaking, legally speaking, Boris Johnson is supposed to ask for an extension.
Well, exactly that. So if the deal doesn't get passed through Parliament, and that is a very big if, as you pointed out, then the deal is dead. And it will have to, he's legally bound by the Ben Act to ask for that extension. Now, he said he doesn't want to do that, but it's very hard to see legally how he cannot do that. He had threatened before to squat, to refuse to leave. But that it sounds like more bluster than fact. So in all likelihood, we'll have to wait and see, first of all, if it can pass through Parliament, and if not, if he's willing to ask for that extension.
If he's willing to ask for that extension, and just to make it clear, Mandy, if Boris Johnson does anything apart from asking for an extension, he is doing something unlawful, isn't it?
He's breaking the law, yeah.
Yeah, he's breaking the law.
Yeah, that is... So there has been great speculation by journalists here. Will we see a prime minister be arrested? It could lead to unbelievable scenes. But it's in all likelihood a lot of bravado, a lot of bluster at the minute, and hopefully it won't lead down to that. But certainly he says he's not about to ask for an extension. We'll have to see what he actually does.
Either way, Mandy, this reality TV saga called as Brexit is going to take even more is going to get even more twistier as days go by, and I'm sure you will be with us all the way through. But for now, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on Wion Dispatch.